Hey guys, welcome back to Solo Recap. Today we're going to recap the movie called Parasite, released in 2019. Spoilers ahead, watch out, and take care. The film starts in a basement home, where siblings Woo and Jung are trying to connect to the neighbor's Wi-Fi. They live with their parents and the family is going through a rough financial patch. They make pizza boxes to make ends meet. As they are all drinking one evening, a drunk man is taking a piss outside their only window. All of a sudden, Woo's friend Min shows up and scolds the drunkard. He comes inside their home and presents them with a special rock that Min's grandpa sent. Min is an English tutor for the daughter of a rich family. That evening, Min tells Woo that he's going abroad to finish his studies. He wants Woo to teach his student Dahai in the meantime. Min likes the girl and he wants Woo to take care of her while he's away. The job pays well, so Woo agrees. Woo's sister Jung forges a college diploma for him, and he goes for the interview in a very upscale neighborhood the next day. He is welcomed by the housekeeper, Mrs. Moon. She introduces him to the lady of the house, Kyo. Kyo says that she is very satisfied with Min's teaching method, and that she expects the same standard from Woo. She wants to watch Woo's first lecture. During the lecture, Woo grabs Dahai's wrist, and Kyo is shocked. Woo says he took Dahai's pulse, and knows that she is nervous. He asks her to be confident, otherwise she won't be able to pass the exams. Kyo is impressed by this and she hires Woo on the spot. Before leaving, Woo meets Kyo's son, Song, who is a hyperactive child. Kyo says that Song loves to paint, but no art teacher can handle him. Woo sees an opportunity after hearing this. He promises to introduce Kyo to his acquaintance Jessica, who studied art in Chicago. He goes to the family's house after a couple of days with Jung, who is pretending to be Jessica. Kyo explains Song's hyperactive nature to Jung. Woo, on the other hand, is teaching Dahai, who has a crush on him. They even end up kissing that day. Meanwhile, Jung starts her one-on-one session with Song. After her session, Jung sits down with Kyo and explains that she is an art therapist. She claims that Song was traumatized by something in the first grade, and he expresses his trauma in his art. She offers to be Song's therapist, and Kyo agrees while trying to control her tears. Just then, Kyo's husband Park comes home and meets Jung. He orders his chauffeur to drive Jung home. Park's driver flirts with Jung and she gets angry. She shuts down his advances and then leaves her panties under the back seat. The next day, she tells her family about this and explains how her father Kim can now be Park's new driver. Meanwhile, Park is disgusted after finding some random panties in his car. He tells Kyo that his driver must have been messing around with some drug-addicted prostitute in the back seat. They want to confront the driver, but are too embarrassed to do so. So in the end, the couple decides to fire their driver without giving him any reason. That evening, as Jung is leaving their house, Kyo mentions that they had to let go of their driver. Jung tells her about her uncle's old driver, who was really good. Kyo wants to interview this old driver. So the next day, Kim spends some time learning about the Benz models. He's a seasoned driver, so he is confident. He meets Park at his office after work. He drives Park to the house. Park is impressed by Kim's smooth driving and calm attitude, so he hires Kim. A few days later, Woo finds out that Mrs. Moon is allergic to peaches. He decides to initiate the last phase of his plan. He wants the caretaker gone because she's way too nosy. He takes a few shavings of Peach's skin and sprays them on Moon's neck. She gets an allergic attack and visits the nearby hospital. At the hospital, Kim takes a selfie with Moon in it and shows it to Kyo. He says that allegedly Moon has tuberculosis. Kyo believes Kim, and she is worried about the health of her family. To ensure Moon's removal, Jung sprays some more shavings on her. So when Kyo enters the house, she is appalled to see Moon coughing. Kim quickly puts some ketchup on the tissue used by Moon and shows it to Kyo, who nearly faints. She asks Kim to meet her. Kyo is scared that her husband will get mad if he found out about Moon's sickness. She asks Kim to stay silent and fires Moon the very same day. In order to evade questions, she tells everyone that Moon quit. Some days later, Park confides in Kim that he misses Mrs. Moon's cooking. He knows how clumsy Kyo is, and he is worried that his house will be trashed within a few weeks. Right then, Kim gives him a card that says The Care. Kim says that this is a company that provides veteran workers to rich clients. The next day, Kyo calls the number, which leads to Jung's phone, who pretends to be the company's advisor. After some completely fake formalities, Kim's wife, Suk, becomes the new caretaker for the Park family. This marks the beginning of the reversal of Kim's family's fortunes. For the first time, they all have jobs, and they are getting paid huge sums by the Park family. One day, Song points out how Kim's clothes smell the same as that of Suk's. Woo realizes that they all have this smell because they live in the smelly basement flat. However, Kim is optimistic about the future, and he is extremely grateful to the Park family as well. A few days later, the Park family leaves for a camping trip for their son's birthday. The Kim family spends this day taking baths and reading books in the garden. They have a feast and end the day by enjoying all kinds of drinks available at the house. They are positively drunk. Kim and Suk are messing with each other, while Woo is dreaming about marrying Dahai one day. Their leisurely evening is disturbed by a doorbell. They don't know who could be outside at this hour, but it's the previous caretaker, Mrs. Moon. She wants to come inside because she left something behind. Suk doesn't like this, but it's pouring outside, so she lets Moon come inside. Moon goes straight to the basement. Suk follows her, and there she sees Moon trying to push the cabinet. She helps Moon, and they find out that the house has a secret room. Even more shocking discovery is that Moon's husband, Gunsei, is hiding in the basement for 4 years from some loan sharks. Suk wants to call the police, but Moon pleads to let her husband stay in the secret room. The rest of the Kim family is listening to this conversation attentively, but they slip and come crashing down the stairs. Moon figures out the whole situation. She records all of this and threatens to send the video to Park. This instantly makes the Kim family much more docile. After some time, Moon is punishing the Kim family while massaging her husband. Moon and Gunsei are talking about how they used to spend quality time in that house, and they are way too deep in their imagination. That's when Woo and Young run to snatch the phone out of Gunsei's hands. A struggle begins, and Young uses Peaches to take down Moon. In the middle of all of this, Kyo calls and tells Suk that the camping trip has been cut short. The owner will be home in 8 minutes, and they want Suk to prepare noodles before their arrival. The Kim family rushes to clean up the house, and they take Moon and her husband into the secret room. As the Park family enters the house, Young hides under the table, while Woo hides under Dahai's bed. Kim is in the secret room, and Suk is cooking some noodles. While Kyo comes to the kitchen, Moon rushes up the stairs. Suk notices this, and she just kicks Moon down the stairs. Moon hits her head on the wall and starts bleeding profusely. Kim sees this, and he's worried about her. Gunsei, on the other hand, is trying to use entrance lights to signal Song. After the Park family goes to bed, Kim tries to leave with Young and Woo, but Song wakes up and enters the living room. The Kim family has to hide under the tables, while Song goes to sleep outside in his tent. Park and Kyo lie down in the living room to keep an eye on their son. They start talking about how Kim always has a disgusting smell coming from his clothes. They compare the smell to how people traveling in public transport smell like. These comments irritate Kim. A few hours later, Kim leaves the house with Woo and Young after the Park family falls asleep. They have to rush home in the rain. Their night gets even worse when they find out that their house is literally drowning. They try to save as much as they can, but have to sleep in an emergency shelter. There, Kim tells his children that they shouldn't worry about the future anymore, because thinking too much never works. Moon, on the other hand, dies in front of her husband, and she wants him to know that Suk is responsible for her death. The Park family, on the other hand, decides to have a birthday party for Song the next day. They invite Woo and Young and also ask Kim to help out with the preparations. So the Kim family takes some clothes from the rescue services and goes to the Park family house. Kim is tired and he isn't too happy while helping Kyo. Woo, on the other hand, is making out with Dahai, but his mind is elsewhere. He goes to check up on Moon, but there, Gunsei traps him. Woo tries to run, but Gunsei catches him and bashes his head with the same rock. He then goes outside with a knife. Outside, Kim and Young are helping to enact a scene for Song. Young is bringing the cake when Gunsei stabs her. Chaos erupts, and everyone starts running, and some people are trying to stop the madman. Suk manages to stop Gunsei and stabs him while Song passes out. Kim, on the other hand, is trying to save his daughter, but no one is helping him. Park is worried about his own son and he's looking for his car keys. That's when Park holds his nose after smelling Gunsei. This scene cracks Kim, who just gets up and stabs Park before running away from the scene. Woo survives his injuries and wakes up after a month. He has some brain damage and he can't stop laughing. Young is dead and Kim is missing. He and Suk stay out of jail, but they are looking for Kim. Wu still spies on the Park house from a distance when one night he sees the stairlight flickering. He figures out that it's a Morse code because he was in the Scouts. He cracks the code to find out that Kim is in the secret room. Kim explains how he is sorry about what he did to Mr. Park. He also explains that he gave Mrs. Moon a proper burial. Wu spent that night planning about how he was going to earn a lot. He wants to buy that house so that one day he can free his father from his captivity. Thank you for watching. Feel free to drop a comment below as to what we should recap next. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to turn on notifications. See you in the next video.